Hello everyone, this is Bee's Knees, starting his awkward first stream, but hey, gotta start somewhere. Right, so this episode I'm hoping to show a little bit about initiation in arena games. And for my purposes, I'm going to be using Ymir here from Smite, and I'm going to show you a few tricks. First things first, I'm going to look over here, we have 3 abilities you start off with. I'm going to show you how these link really well for Ymir. So let's go ahead and just rank one of all of them. Okay, so that's rank 1 of all the abilities, and starting most games you only have 1500 gold. So spending wisely, we get low movement and health regeneration, that comes from the Greaves. That'll leave 900 gold, and I'll show you the most basic ability, which you don't normally get only either rank 2 or so, but for my purposes I'm going to max it out. Now you have 2 options here for blink, and most games you have a few other choices. For my purposes, I want the blink with the smallest cooldown. This blink can be interrupted by damage. If you're in combat for 5 seconds you cannot blink, and if you keep getting hit, well, you're not going to be able to blink. This is mostly used at the beginning of a fight to close the distance and use whatever you need to use. Makes this a very useful initiation ability. But let's start with Ymir here. Ymir is traditional with tanks, as he has 1 high damage ability, but a little more offense than that, because he can create a wall. That's much more useful than you think, stopping people that are backtracking normally don't catch it. He has a conal freeze, which I'll show on Raw here, but I'll show you kind of traditional Ymir combo here. Mostly, for my purposes, blink, freeze, and from here, the passive lets him do extra damage while his opponent is affected by his freeze and ice path skill, aka glacial strike. So, there's that so far. Now, for initiators, you're going to take some starting damage. Okay, Rocket's first blood, apparently. Whatever. You're going to want some durability, and when it comes to the initiator role, your concerns are speed, durability, and comboing. So for speed, obviously we want the max reinforced Greaves. It gives you a nice speed boost while you're out of combat, just like this would if no one's hit you yet, you can still blink in on them. For other things, as far as tanks, now most tanks are heavily ability related, that's why you want cooldown reduction. In Smite, the cooldown reduction caps out at 25%. I mean, no, it caps out at 40%. But most hard items you normally choose between Breastplate or Chronos Pendant. For my purposes, I'm going Breastplate. As a mana user, you want 1 MP5 item at least. Stim Up Guy is really good if you're fighting anyone that has magic, as the regeneration is very useful. Since you get 25 health per 5 seconds, that's pretty nice. So I go ahead and get that. So from here on out, we have basically the traditional items. If you do get fed, if you do get some advantages going, you want to get a little penetration, because the scaling on your abilities, they don't do much for the amount of power you get. So something like Void Stone, that reduces protection, or Obsidian Shard, which is just pure penetration. Those are very useful. Void Stone is traditional. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to level up 2 more times, because I'm going to show Ymir's ultimate. Now, when you're leveling a tank, it's better off to get the damage ability, because you don't get damage from any other source. And sure, you can stun them just a little bit longer, but that quarter of a second and that extra 40 damage doesn't mean as much as the extra damage you're going to get here with that slow. It sounds a little crazy, but I promise there's a method to my madness. Alright. So we're going in on Raw again. I'm moving much faster thanks to my boots. And we're going to blink in. Traditional Ymir ult here. And obviously he's out level, but at this rate you get the idea. Now, the explanation behind all this. First of all, you have Ice Wall. It loves to show its low representation of how that works. That's very useful, like I said, for blocking, but also for putting people in a pinch. That way, because when you're ulting, it takes a while. You saw how long it took me to fire off. So not only will your freeze be used, but if you use your ultimate, you'll be in better standing, I guess. Because if someone, doesn't matter how much, as long as they're barely out of your ultimate, they're safe. They don't take damage. So one of Ymir's biggest strengths is just taking someone out. He has to land that ultimate. Best if you land on multiple targets, but that takes some coordination sometimes. Like I said, if, say there's one person next to Ra and another person, when you land, it's all about making sure you get your freeze on both of them, that wall, and then you ult it. That ability, I guess. So this sounds pretty general. This is a basic Smite video. So I'm going to keep practicing, but this is a good start for me. So I'll see you guys later. Oh, hello, Ra. Let's make a friend. Oh, now you don't want to play. See how you are. See how you are? Run away from me? No, I don't want to. I want you to come back. Here. Yeah, you saw how pathetic those melee attacks are. Don't stick with them if you're a tank unless you boost them heavily. So, that's my first video on Ymir. Hopefully my quality improves much more than this, but you get the idea for now. So this is Bee's Knees, and till next time.